Hello, welcome to Souls Intersect. This reading is for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising signs, and it is focused on March of 2017. I will read through the cards first. From the top left, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the World, the Three of Pentacles. In the center, the Empress, the Emperor, and the Queen of Cups. And then on the bottom, the Two of Pentacles, the Star, and the Queen of Wands. So to start with, there are a lot of court cards here. So I'm sensing a lot of people around you, and even this Empress and Emperor can both be about ideas or even places or events, but particularly when they're together like this, can also represent a very powerful couple. And I do feel that that is the case for some of you. Just in a broad sense, I'm feeling a lot of energy that has to do with soul family and coming into contact with soul family. So I sense that beginning in March and probably moving forward for a lot of you Libras, you're reuniting with soul family members. It could also be people you already know, soul family members you've already been in contact with, but are moving forward with in different ways. And then again, as I said, meeting new ones and possibly reuniting with new soul family members. So on the physical level, that's also going to look like coming into contact with people. There could also be a lot of family events and gathering with people taking place for some of you. More specifically, I'm feeling some work-related things. So I sense that some of this reuniting with soul family members for a lot of you is because you have begun on a new path. I feel like you are on a new path career-wise. I'm intuitively getting the message specifically about some possible training to be a midwife. So that could just be one person, possibly more. And I'm really picking up on that with this Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands. I feel that there are two females possibly training you. You could also be coming through as this Queen of Wands, maybe training with this other person, and even possibly thinking of partnering with this person or someone else. But I do sense with this right column, the Three of Pentacles and the two Queens, this collaborative effort, and it could again be two others, or one could be you. It doesn't have to be female, but I feel that very strongly because I got that specific message about training to be a midwife, and that doesn't mean it has to be females, but there's that female energy around that sort of work, working with females, and it could be working with females in other aspects too. I'm definitely sensing a lot about organizations, health-related or nonprofit organizations focusing on female mental or physical health, maybe even working with children. So a lot of that divine feminine motherly energy. So the people involved could be male or female, but there's a lot of divine feminine nurturing energy around it. Also, this Empress and Emperor could be that kind of institution for this reading, related to nonprofit type work, organization. It could be a business as well, a for-profit business, but it feels that it's related to some sort of humanitarian work in some way, or health. And also the Empress and Emperor could be a couple running something like this, business owners or heading an organization. And those are the subject areas, though, that I'm feeling coming through most strongly, that type of work. But more specifically for you, Libra, I feel that a lot of you are on this new path. And my sense is that you are meant to do this sort of work. So again, you're aligning more with your mission. And with the Star and the World card, I'm getting that celestial sense of things aligning, very high vibrational, very divine and meant to be sort of energy. So this very much feels like you're following your calling. It's possible for some of you it's not related to those areas that I mentioned, but that's what feels the strongest for a larger number of you. And it feels like things are going so well that you are considering maybe partnering up with this person, as I mentioned, but definitely for the time being are collaborating, learning, some sort of training happening. Now, this Knight of Pentacles energy seems a little different, while all these other cards feel very busy and work related, and a lot of that divine feminine and celestial energy. This Knight of Pentacles feels to me someone in your life. It's going to be a partner for a lot of you. It could also be a family member or friend who feels hesitant about this new path, who isn't clear on why you might be, because you may have changed careers or changed paths in some way, and they feel uncertain about it. And it's not that it's up to them, but this is someone who's very close to you. It could be a parent as well, but it feels like your age or a bit younger, having doubts. And it's not that they don't have confidence in your abilities, and it's not that they have bad intentions, but I feel that they don't see how they necessarily fit into the picture if you're going down a new path. And it could be unnecessary worries, and I feel like they could fit in. They could very well fit in. But they're going to make that harder for themselves if they continue to be doubtful and cast this negative or pessimistic energy. They're not going to stop you, because I do feel that this is very much fated and nothing can get in your way. And I think that's also why for a lot of you, you're coming through as this Queen of Wands, this fiery, active, creative energy, very much in tune with your spiritual mission. And this person almost feels like a little bit of the opposite energy right now, and they're even kitty corner from you in the reading. So this distance, this them looking down, not you're like high and on fire and in spirit, and they're down on the ground, which can be grounded and positive, but in this case it's feeling fairly negative. So there's still a chance that things can be sorted out, that they can see the light and understand why you're embarking on this new endeavor, and how this is a new cycle for you, and it doesn't necessarily have to exclude them. But they definitely need to come to terms with that. I feel that it's interesting seeing that card looking down, because I feel that they need to look up and recognize that you are in your element and you're ready to shine. There must be something more about why they're so doubtful, because it's not your abilities. And I definitely don't think it's your demeanor, because I think they could recognize easily that this is making you happy. Let me tune in and see if I can focus a bit more. I do feel some jealousy. It could be that someone you're collaborating with is someone they may feel as a threat, especially if this is a romantic partner. I also sense that if it's related to, if you are doing something related to working with children, motherhood, being a midwife, something related to reproduction or being around children, that this person feels that that might be a shift in beliefs for you, in the sense, on the personal level. So what I'm sensing is that there could be, if it's a partner especially, it could be that you have mentioned before that you yourself are not interested in having children, and this person may have aligned with that and been in agreement with you about that. And now, especially if you're doing something in that line of work, they may be sensing that you would change your mind. And I see them coming up in this column with the Empress, which can also just be a mother, be about motherhood. So whether they are male or female, and whether you are male or female is not the issue, but for some of you it feels like that's being called into question. Have you changed your beliefs and what you want in terms of that? And they're not certain if they fit in because of that. So that feels like one specific area. Let me see if I can pick up something else. For some of you, I feel that there's jealousy in the sense of this person wants to find their mission. They feel that they haven't. They feel a little bit bored. Sometimes the pentacles can be about, it can be a little bit slow or boring energy. And I feel that maybe the work that they're doing is not fulfilling enough. And they're wanting to be in the position that you are. And so they're juggling with this Two of Pentacles. Usually that's that juggler, and they're focusing on their own career and trying to decide what they want to do, but they're too focused on the ground. They also would need to look up and raise their vibration, and take some of the steps that you may have taken that have helped you get to this point that they're not doing. So I feel that a lot of you watching this are on a spiritual path and have put a lot of work into that and have received a lot of guidance to get to this point, and that your partner or this family member or friend hasn't quite been doing that. But, this could be a really good influence. I feel that they may be opening up to a new cycle themselves, and something that might help is to include them in some way. Even if work is kept separate from this person, there might be a way to include them in spiritual activities more, to try to help them get onto their own path, to find what it is that they could do that could make them happier. Okay, Libras, I'm going to wrap this up here. If you have any questions about this or about my services, feel free to email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com. I've also rewritten a lot of the content on my site, and it explains a lot about my approach and my services, what getting a reading with me would be like. And the address for that is in the description. You might have to copy and paste it. And then also the address for booking a reading if you're interested in that. Take care and have a great month of March, and enjoy this high vibrational energy. Thank you.